The City of Cupertino presents Meet the Candidates. This is your opportunity to meet 7 of the 8 candidates running for Cupertino City Council. The candidates are Parth Bharwhad, David Fung, Jerry Liu, Stephen Scharf, Rod Sinks, Val Vitals, and Kris Wang. City Council candidate Robert McCoy declined our invitation to participate in our Meet the Candidates taping. And now, City Council candidate Parth Bharwhad.
Hello residents, my name is Parth Bharwhad and I am running for Cupertino City Council. I am 20 years old, which is significantly younger than many of the decision makers in the city, and believe that Cupertino is in need of a millennial perspective that can help bring a new way of thinking and problem solving to the table. I am a product of the Cupertino school systems, including Kennedy Middle School, class of 2010, and Monte Vista High School, class of 2014. My first goal for this city is to represent the youth who are under 18 and make up approximately 28% of the population. I believe that our future lies in the success of the youth in Cupertino and firmly support empowering them with all the tools necessary to reach new heights. In looking out for the future of our youth, we must also take a stand for the future of our city. We are on the brink of approving changes to the landscape of Cupertino for decades to come. Having a millennial perspective is invaluable because we bring a new way of thinking to the decision-making table. While making decisions about the future of Cupertino, we must look at how the proposed projects will impact the daily lives of citizens. Public safety is becoming an increasingly important issue for many Cupertino residents, and I will work to make the safety of our residents a priority of the Council. As Cupertino grows and develops, we must ensure that we are making adequate public safety improvements to protect the residents, especially the youth and seniors of Cupertino. This November, we have the chance to make history in Cupertino by electing the youngest member to the Cupertino City Council ever. As we have done for many years, we must invest in our youth and give the millennial voice an opportunity to be heard in the community, with a prosperous future being the end goal. You can learn more about my agenda and my stance on various issues at parthforcupertino.com. Thank you, and I hope to have earned your vote for the coming election.
And now, City Council candidate David Fung.
Hi, my name is David Fung, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this message. I'm a 30-year Cupertino resident with a long history of active involvement in our city and schools. Through these experiences and extensive interactions with the community, I've developed a deep understanding of local issues, including those that divide us today. I believe in seeking constructive compromise in an environment of inclusion and respect. Together, we will find the best solutions for our community through cooperation and collaboration. Let me tell you a bit about myself. My parents emigrated from Hong Kong and were professors at Iowa State University. I'm the first generation of my family born in the United States. I attended Stanford and earned a degree in biological sciences, but spent most of my time in the computer science department. My love for computers led me to a summer internship at Apple, which grew into 11 years there as an engineer and manager, the first of several tech companies I've worked for in the Valley. I'm a hands-on community volunteer. As a member of the Cupertino Parks and Rec Commission for 6 years, including 2 terms as chairman, I've worked to help build the new environmental ed center at McClellan Ranch and to open the Stockmar Orchard to the public for the first time in 15 years. I also serve on the board of a nonprofit which preserves the beautiful legacy farm at the Rancho San Antonio Open Space Preserve. I'm deeply involved with our public schools. Many people know me as an active school volunteer and 2-time PTA president. I serve on the FUHSD Math Advisory Council and school bond committees for both districts, providing parent perspectives on curriculum and school facility planning. If elected, I'll work for development at a proper scale, to continue to enhance our local parks and open space, strengthen the city-to-school partnership, and seek effective regional traffic solutions. I believe in listening to all parties, building consensus, and making decisions based on fact, all skills that I've honed over my years of civic involvement. Visit my website for more info and for a list of city and educational leaders who support me. I'm David Fung. I would be honored with your vote on November 8th. Thank you.
And now, City Council candidate Jerry Liu.
Hello, my name is Jerry Liu. I'm running for Cupertino City Council. and I sincerely ask for your vote in the upcoming November election. My wife Jennifer and I settled in Cupertino, so our daughters Sarah and Liz can grow up in a community that values family and education. I'm the chair of the Cupertino Library Commission and the vice president of the Library Foundation, where I've worked with the library staff to bring innovative programs to Cupertino, such as our overnight hackathon for teenagers. As president of the Lincoln Elementary School Site Council and vice president of the Lincoln Elementary PTA, I volunteered to help teachers, advocated for parents, and organized events for students. Professionally, I'm a research engineering manager at HP Labs, where I've led teams to solve complex problems, held people accountable to their commitments, and gotten things done. And as a board member for Bay Area for Clean Environment, I fought for residents on public health issues. I received the 2016 CREST Award from the City of Cupertino for my volunteer contributions to our community. As Cupertino grows, how we embrace the opportunities and address the challenges from this growth has become a divisive issue in our city. I'm running to bring people together and bridge communities so we can build a better future for Cupertino. I will bring empathy, conscience, and action to the council to help resolve our growth and traffic congestion issues. In this election, I'm the only candidate to have the support from the majority of our current city council. I'm fiscally disciplined and results-oriented. If elected, I'll prioritize projects that improve everyday life for residents. For example, I'll keep the library open 7 days a week, work to extend library hours, and support a new library program room. I'll advocate for enhancing park facilities all around the city and building a new park on the east side where we have a green space deficiency. And I'll work with county authorities to make sure that Lehigh Southwest Cement stays in compliance with environmental regulations, and I'll oppose efforts to spend tens of millions of dollars of public funds on big projects without widespread resident support. Please visit my website, www.jerrylou.com, to learn more about me and my priorities. I respectfully ask for your vote. Thank you.
And now City Council candidate Stephen Scharf.
Cupertino is at a crossroads. In this election, we need to decide if we will continue to allow out-of-town developers to exploit Cupertino for their own profit, or if we will move Cupertino forward. The key issue facing Cupertino today is sensible growth. Do we really want to turn our main retail area into high-rise office towers and luxury apartments, as a developer is advocating? I support the real revitalization of Valco as a shopping, dining, and entertainment venue. A developer should not be allowed to destroy a mall by evicting everyone and then insist that since the mall is empty, they should be allowed to build 2 million square feet of office space, and never disclose this in their endless stream of misleading propaganda. Do we want to subject our schools to more overcrowding and more portable classrooms? This will happen if developers are permitted to build massive amounts of office space, because it will lead to state mandates for massive new housing projects. I will encourage sensible growth. I am a proponent of Measure C, the Citizens Measure, which will protect Cupertino and its schools from exploitation by developers. I oppose Measure D, the Developers Measure, which will cause irreparable harm to Cupertino. I strongly oppose current developers' efforts to bypass California's environmental impact report requirement by abusing the initiative process. Apple had no trouble preparing an EIR for their new campus, and other developers must meet the same high standard. I will work for transparency in city government. As in other cities, council members should publish their calendars, including which developers they meet with. I want to close the revolving door of former politicians lobbying for developers. We now have 5 former council members engaged in this deplorable activity. Please vote for Stephen Scharf for Cupertino City Council to move Cupertino forward. Thank you.
And now City Council candidate Rod Sinks.
Hi, I'm Rod Sinks. It's been a busy first term serving you on the Cupertino City Council. The city is on solid financial ground. We've balanced budgets and improved transparency while growing our reserves and investing in our streets. We have become more efficient, providing better service while keeping city employment per capita at our long-term average. We have new dining and retail destinations along Stevens Creek Boulevard. As we grow, I have worked to keep our schools strong, and they continue to rank among the best in the country. Cupertino continues to be a highly desirable place to live and work. With that good news comes major challenges as we accommodate regional growth brought on by the booming economy. Regional growth requires regional solutions to traffic congestion. As Silicon Valley continues to expand with 80,000 new jobs to the north and new housing to the south, bumper-to-bumper traffic on our highways is spilling out onto our surface streets. As your mayor in 2015, I reached out to West Valley and North County cities, and together we negotiated major funding in the pending VTA measure to improve our highway interchanges and roads, including $248 million for Cupertino. We also brought $350 million for new public transit in the unused median of Highway 85 from South San Jose all the way north to Mountain View. In 2015, we also initiated an ambitious new bike plan, jump-started with $2 million this year, creating safer, protected routes to schools, jobs, and shopping. As an environmental leader, I spearheaded creation of and chair the Silicon Valley Clean Energy Authority, bringing competition to PG&E with less expensive, carbon-free electricity for you in 2017. I'm also fighting for cleaner air at the Air District. We've accomplished a lot, but there is plenty more to do. I'm a forward-thinking candidate working to address our toughest challenges. To learn more, go to rodsinks.com. Working together, we can create the sustainable city that we and our children will want to live in. Please vote for me on November 8th. Thank you.
And now City Council candidate Val Vitals.
Hello, I'm Val Vitals. Most people do not want to hear the fact that we are in a self-destructive cycle with the pollution, toxins, and poisons being used everywhere, including the food we eat, which we now have the knowledge and green technology to transform what is affecting us into what does not. We can only pretend for so long that what is taking place is getting better, because it really is not. Most everyone recognizes the environmental issues all of us live with in today's world and in our communities. Life on Earth is sustained by three basic elements, which are of land, air, and water. Without any of these, which we refer to as the natural environment, life could not exist. And yet, there are a great number of people who are negatively affecting the beneficial course of nature. We seek a better way. One of the projects to be implemented is commercial hydroponics installations, working with the city, local colleges, and universities to provide real food and to educate people about real food. Another project would be to declare a no chemtrail fly zone over Cupertino, such as the City Council of Nevada City, California has recently done. The new management I bring in does not negate anything already existing. We can creatively complement what already has been created. You have what you need to accomplish whatever it is that works with the natural environment. When we each agree to a clean and wonderful environment and do our part to make it so, then it will happen as we each decide it will. And like the Iroquois idea of stewardship, which urges the present generation to live and work for the benefit of the seventh generation into the future, let's take a look at the impact our decisions and choices are making for generations to come.
And now City Council candidate Kris Wang.
Hi, my name is Kris Wang, and I'm running to represent your voice on Cupertino City Council. As a 30-year resident of Cupertino, a retired high-tech employee, a small business owner, an immigrant, and a mother of two boys, I've learned to appreciate the qualities that make Cupertino one of the most unique and wonderful places to live. We are a community that places family first. Our emphasis on education, public safety, and hard work are second to none, and our innovation has driven our talented workers to be at the forefront on the world stage. My vision for Cupertino is to continue its legacy as a safe, vibrant, and thriving town to raise a family. As previous Parks and Recreation Commissioner, I've fought for the preservation of open space and parks in our neighborhoods. And as a former mayor of Cupertino, I was a major advocate for education, including the building of a new Cupertino library. And I have always been a strong voice in opposition of irresponsible and reckless growth. For many years on the council, I helped develop our hardest city plan to allow for reasonable growth and the preservation of retail along our major corridors. I believe many of the issues facing Cupertino today stem from an ever-increasing demand to live, work, and study in our wonderful city. The challenge is how we are able to resist making rash decisions just to accommodate the demand and make it work. Rather, I believe it's vital to step back and evaluate in as much detail as possible the lasting and cumulative effects that our growth and other decisions will have on the values that have made Cupertino wonderful in the first place. I share in many of your backgrounds and have always enjoyed working with you toward maintaining our community as one of the best places in the world to live. In November, I respectfully ask for your support to represent you again on Cupertino City Council.
The preceding presentation represents the views of the City Council candidates and does not necessarily reflect the views of the City of Cupertino. Election Tuesday is November 8th. Please vote for the two candidates best suited to serve on Cupertino City Council. For a complete listing and meet the candidate dates and times, log on to the city's website at cupertino.org/election. And keep watching the City Channel, your news source for City Council election programming.